Let's do it. So, what are we up to second for the evening? We are playing Jund in Modern. So Jund is one of the oldest sort of archetypical decks that is still extant in Modern. It's basically never gone away. It's simply the color combination of black, green, and red, but it's not really just those things. Jund means more than just the wedge for which it is named. So the Jund strategy in general, when in doubt, you Jund them out. So playing a combination of discard effects like Thoughtseize and Inquisition allows you to make it into the mid-game and start playing powerful proactive cards like Tarmogoyf and Liliana the Veil. So you're attacking your opponent's hand with multiple cards. Tarmogoyf is one of the most efficient beatdown creatures in all of Modern. It's been a bit of a rough go for Tarmogoyf in the recent past, but I'm thinking that Jund is definitely a shell to help Tarmogoyf do exceptionally well. The combination of discard effects plus pressure allows you to do that well. You play black-green permanent destroying effects like Assassin's Trophy. We've got two of those in the main deck, as well as Maelstrom Pulse. And then we've also got super value card Kolaghan's Command, which we can use to 2-for-1 in most instances. And then way at the top of the curve, we've got Bloodbraid Elf. It's a 4-mana 3/2 with haste and Cascade. So for those who do not know Cascade, Cascade says when you play the spell, you exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. So in this case, all of our spells cost less, and you get to cast that spell for free. So Bloodbraid Elf on turn 4 allows you to get a ton of extra value by flipping into a Liliana, or a Kolaghan's Command, which is a 2-for-1, or a Maelstrom Pulse, or new addition to the deck, Wrenn and Six, or Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. So Wrenn and Six gives this deck access to a land plus draw engine that it did not have before, with cards like Barren Moor cycling, and the fetch lands just generating infinite land drops for you. And on top of that, now we do have Kroxa that pops out of the graveyard, so also goes with our plan of attacking our opponent's hand. When it comes into play, they discard a card, and then when you escape it, they also discard another card, and if you start attacking with it, then you get to make them discard again. Then our sideboard, we've just got a variety of great mid-range cards, but most notably Boil and Choke. So Boil and Choke are really good in this meta right now. Boil is just generally excellent. It says destroy all islands. It's 3 and a red instant. So this is very good against all the Mystic Sanctuary blue decks. It is also excellent against Amulet Titan, because when they have a Dryad of the Elysian Grove in play, all of their lands are islands, and you can wipe them out entirely. So that is the most interesting thing in this list as far as that goes. I think everything here is a little bit stock. We've got some Lightning Bolts. We've got some Anger of the Gods, we've got some Ashioks, we've got Huntmaster of the Fells, which would be great if we run into the burn deck. So this is just one of the longest standing archetypes in all of Modern. It is distinctly fair. It is sometimes one of the last fair decks trucking around. And so let's see if we can hit that 3-2. This is definitely like the king of the sort of every matchup's a 51% matchup or a 49% matchup. You're never too much of a dog. You're never too good. The only thing that completely crushes you is Mid-Visit. One of my favorites. Hey, Roy, you want a hot toddy? Hot toddy, calm your nerve. All right. Super value card, the German name for K-Command. Yeah. Das ist ein Super Value Card. Super Value Card. Why bother with the Choke? Does the 1 mana difference matter? I think it's largely because you want... I don't know. I honestly don't know. If I had to take a guess, it's... Yeah, sometimes you can get it in on turn 3. You can Cascade into it as well. You cannot Cascade into a Boil. So that's possibly what we're up to. Okay, so we're on the draw here. In the dark. We've got 2 Lightning Bolts, Assassin's Trophy, and 2 Liliana. So, in terms of the Modern metagame as it stands, this is pretty awful if we don't run into the right kind of deck. But it's a really good hand if we don't run into some kind of fast combo or control deck. we're on the draw, so I think we can eat a mulligan, but this is a hard one. This is too good for me to mull, but it might be wrong to keep that in the dark. I would be convinced that that's a bad choice. Let's find out. Snow-covered island into nothing. Cool. So we're going to play Bloodstained Mire here. If they do not attack, or if they don't play anything that makes me bolt, makes me want to bolt, I'm going to go and get a Overgrown Tomb with this Bloodstained Mire. I want access to green mana. Opt, sure. Might be finally against one of those Bant snow control decks. I have not played against these at all, so this is a pretty bad hand against that kind of deck. Fair, interactive, yet vulnerable. This is Jund. Yeah, exactly. It's like how blue-white control is in this format sometimes. Your game one sometimes is a little rough. Drawing into the Bloodbraid was nice. We have 4 basics in total, so this Field of Ruin is not insignificant threat. So, question is, do I want to start jamming into their counter magic? I think I do. I think current blue-white or Bant control decks are likely to be not incredibly deep on counter magic, so if I can sort of hack my way through it, it'll give me a chance. Having this Bloodbraid Elf to cast next turn is excellent because Bloodbraid Elf, when you hit that cascade, it gives them 2 spells that they need to counter at the same time. So hopefully we can get some kind of value out of this. But this game is really playing into my opponent's strengths here. Okay, we're going to cast this Assassin's Trophy on their non-basic. See if we can't mess up their mana a little bit. They currently can't Wrath me, but sure. They elect to not counter my incredibly inconsequential removal spell. No kidding. And then maybe we get in for 3 damage here. Maybe they path my Bloodbraid Elf. That would be not the greatest. Snapcaster. Womp womp. Alright. So that's pretty unfortunate. They get a nice little 2 for 1. Witch's Cottage would be so good here. Roy, we have a single swamp in play. I mean, I've got 2 swamps, quote-unquote, in my hand, but I'm not so sure. Jace? Sure. I have double Bolt here, so I do have an out against Jace, even if they Fate Seal. They should Fate Seal against me. Yeah, okay. So, opponent is definitely seasoned. Finely seasoned control player. Kroxa is an awesome pickup. So this is going to give us stuff to do with the cards in our graveyard. It doesn't really matter the way I sequence these, but let's hit their hand once by playing this Kroxa first. I suppose what I could have done is if they have a Force of Negation for my Lightning Bolt, or for one of my Lightning Bolts, what I should have done is or played the Bolt on Jace first, because then I could have Trophy up afterwards. But, que sera, sera. Oh, also I need to, because of the way I tapped, I need to fetch a red source here. So just slops all over the place, folks. Slops all over. Remember, folks, being goddamn awful at Magic doesn't mean you can't stream. It just means people might find it really funny. Apt. Sure. Apt away, friend. I got no spells to play this turn. Okay, so next turn we're going to tap red, black. So I'm going to shock this in because I want to have the Assassin's Trophy ready after the Kroxa. Hopefully they don't play another Jace here. They played another Jace here. Yeah. Do they Fate Seal again? They do. Okay, that's awesome because I have removal for him yet again. I'm going to shock this Blood Crypt. We're going to play Kroxa first, hit their hand. And I've got black-green there. I've also got black-green there, so this is an easy way to tap. Maybe awful at evaluating the quality of Wish's Cottage, but not awful at the game. I agree to disagree, Roy. So I'm going to leave my Bloodbraid in the graveyard instead of a fetch land. So the reason to leave a fetch land would be if I think I'm going to draw a Wrenn and Six. But the reason that I'm leaving the Bloodbraid Elf is I also have Kolaghan's Command in the deck, and I think it's higher upside if I'm able to draw Kolaghan's Command and pick up a Bloodbraid Elf. That's like crazy value. I got our opponent down to 1 card in hand. It was a Path to Exile. It's pretty good. But we've got a Tarmogoyf to play here, so as is the case, Jund deck got the other player into top deck mode. Hopefully they don't like just jam like a Teferi 5 that they ripped off the top of their deck. They got something because they just started tapping their Field of Ruins. Batterskull. Okay, so they're blue-white Stoneblade. We just didn't see a Stoneforge Mystic yet. And this is fine because our Goyfs are actually big enough to take down the Batterskull. So they are 4/5s. 4/5s. Nice. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my god. My poor opponent. Okay, so return target card, creature card from your graveyard to your hand, destroy target artifact. So we're going to get a black or Bloodbraid Elf, which we can cast this turn. And shatter their Batterskull. Oh, they can return to their hand. I'm an idiot. I remember. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But it does mean they don't get to block this turn. So I think we kill them? Yeah. I think we kill them. So it's okay. We're going to be fine. I totally knew that they were going to bounce the Batterskull, and I was like, yo, but this is like totally putting lethal into play, so it doesn't even matter. I mean, so here's the thing. If I wasn't going to shatter the Batterskull, then the other play was like attack with my Goyfs, wait for them to block, wait for them to bounce the Batterskull, and K command it after that. I have them dead on board, and they have a 5-mana spell that they have to cast, plus 1 card. So I don't think that there's anything in their deck they could draw to save them. They didn't, and they died. So yeah, Bloodbraid Elf has haste. So that's basically like there's very little upside to not doing that. And we get to bring in Choke and 2 Boils. And then I think Brutality seems okay. Or maybe Nihil Spellbomb's better. I think Nihil Spellbomb's better. Brutality is good against Burn, but not great here. And then Ashiok is probably pretty good. The question is, what are we taking out? Because they are on Stoneblade. I think bolts are not worth keeping. Maybe 1 Wrenn and Six. Maelstrom Pulse? No, that kills like all sorts of permanents that they have. 1 Goyf. So we have the pushes still, so those are pretty good. Yeah, I don't think we're bringing in Pillage. I think we have enough things to do what we need. I think there's a chance that this is overboarding a little bit. I don't think we need the Ashioks. I think Nihil Spellbomb will be enough to mess up their graveyard. It's one or the other. Question is, which one's better? I was going to board out a single Goyf. Yes, I was going to board out one Goyf. I don't think it's the end of the world to board out one Goyf, and I think my disruption is more valuable. Goyf is the worst. I love Goyf. I just don't think it's like 10 out of 10 every matchup. Question is, do I want pushes or do I want bolts? I think I want pushes in this matchup. And I think I want all the discard against their counterspells. They're playing straight blue-white, so they don't have Veil. So I think this is a pretty good setup. The alternative is like take out a Kroxa, bring back this Wrenn and Six, but maybe we'll do that. What do I think the chances are they're bringing in like Rest in Peace? Because Wrenn and Six is a little better against the Rest in Peace than Kroxa is, I think. Cut a Fatal Push, bunch of letters. I do not agree. Not against the Stoneforge deck. Not against the Stoneforge deck with Batterskull and I don't know. So this is a really good looking opener. It's actually not as good as it looks, but if we draw another fetch land, we're in good shape. The problem this hand has is this swamp can't produce mana that casts this Wrenn and Six. Drawing the Kroxa was excellent. So I think we commit ourselves to Kroxa into Liliana into Wrenn and Six, assuming that we're going to draw. So if I wanted to, I could have played the... That was an awesome thing to play on turn one. Oh my god. Yes. So I'm taking the Stoneforge. I know there's a Spell Snare, so I'm playing Kroxa into that next turn. So you could fetch for the Blood Crypt or fetch for the Overgrown Tomb. The problem is you could just draw the... Okay, Thoughtseize bug. You could just draw the mismatched piece on the immediately following turn instead of a fetch land, so... I did think about it, but I was like, you know, I'm just going to take this line. Blood Crypt into that turn would be, I think, the highest possible upside, but we're here now. So if I go Stomping Ground, it means if I draw a red source or a green source, I can play Wrenn and Six, but if I get a Blood Crypt, it means that a black source gets me Liliana. I can't kill the Stoneforge before it gets the Batterskull in. So we're going to have to deal with that, but we have ways to do so. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. So we're going to go Blood Crypt. This also means no matter what land I draw, I will be able to cast a Kolaghan's Command. Likely to discard their Spell Snare here. Cryptic, okay. So I got Batterskull, Spell Snare, Cryptic. That's all we know. We know 3 of 4 though. So this is a little tough. I think we play the Barren Moor here, which means I am assured of the ability to Liliana next turn. We could take the risky line and cycle it, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I just leave my mana up. The boil is such a tease will we get there. I sure hope so. I sure hope so, Roy. So If they draw a blue source here, we're in some troubles. Okay, without it, not as bad. Did they Roy me? Did they post-combat play the island? Do it. Do it. Yeah, K-Com off the top would be gross. Assuming they tap down. If they don't tap down, it's not worth it. Teferi. Gross. Okay, so we get to go Liliana into Liliana. Which is like not the end of the world. Although on their turn, they're definitely able to downtick Teferi to try to hit. Okay, so that's not a blue source. They can't Cryptic. So their hand is Spell Snare, Cryptic, that they can't cast, and one other card. And they again plus the Teferi. So that's like big telegraph that they must have something to play here. They did not. Sick. Okay, so I get to kill their Germ. Or not. Or we get kind of somewhat blown out. Cool. Yeah, that's alright. Sure, why not? Nice draw. Alright. Well, they're still not killing my Liliana, and I get to boil all their islands next turn in theory, so it's not a great way to win a game, but okay. That's a colonnade, which is unfortunately not an island. Still gonna boil them here for sure if I have the chance. Stoneforge, sure. Let's give their Sword of Feast and Famine. So they have Sword, Spell Snare, Cryptic, yeah. So I can Inquisition, get their sword out of there. But if they draw a land, I'm super dead. Teferi shutting down the Cascade doesn't matter. We can't play the Bloodbraids anyway. Not sure how I can draw out of this at this point, but problem is like the boil was going to be okay. So we're just toast, right? Because we're taking 9 here. This has been a bit of an unfortunate draw. They got pretty lucky. I took away their turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic. They immediately drew a Stoneforge Mystic, and they had a second one afterwards. So I'm not going to show them the boil. We're just going to scoop out now. I think I'm pretty happy with the way we boarded. I could bring in more bolts to try to be able to have more ways to kill a Stoneforge, but I think we just have to be less horrifically unlucky, because that was the bigger problem there. Yeah, I don't think Pillage is all that good. Yeah, let's do it. I okay them first, free info. Sure, yeah, I could have seen exactly one more card. You're 100% correct. The reason that I conceded is the same reason I should have fired that off. That's fair. All right. This is very good. Very, very good. We have all our colors. We've got spells we can cast. Got a turn 1 Raging Ravine into turn 2 Inquisition, because there's nothing that they play on 1 that I need to take away from their hand. So I can get this tap land out of the way early. So, though I suppose I could have played it on turn 2, but I think we'll be okay. Okay. So now I could fetch basic swamp, or I can just shock for this, right? Don't think there's any reason. I'm gonna need double black. I never need double red or double green. So yeah, I can get a basic swamp here. Yeah, you could have played the yeah. All right, yeah. You've got some good reasons there. Sequencing, not my expertise. Hey, look. We snagged their Stoneforge again. Sick. I suppose I could have taken their Snapcaster there because I had the Kolaghan's command for the Stoneforge. I know they've got Archmage's Charm for the Bloodbraid Elf next turn, but we can just play this Liliana and start chonking their hand. So I did set up my mana properly for Liliana, but you're 100% right. I did not set up well for the possibility of the blah. What are words? For the possibility of a turn 2 Kroxa. Although it's possible they drew the Stoneforge on their first draw step, and I might have missed it if I went for their first hand. Although that would have been fine with the way my hand is. So, There's a lot of ways to eat this delicious, delicious Reese's. I think I'm gonna toss. I'm gonna toss the mountain because no, I can toss the Stomping Grounds. So Raging Ravine requires a green and a red. I still have a basic forest in my deck if they field me, and then I've got the green on the Overgrown Tomb, the red off the mountain. So can do that. They discarded Flooded Strand. So their hand is Field, Charm, Snap. Do they put the Snap into play to pressure my Liliana? That's the $3,000 question. They do. Interesting. You're eyeing your emergency Reese's Cups. Save them. Save them for the real emergency. It has not come yet. To Fairy, sure. Hey, Roy, they did the thing again. But if they plus Teferi, I can go Kolaghan's command, shock your snap. Oh, they bounce their snap. That's perfect. So now I can just shock the Teferi, make them discard a card. And then Liliana, each player discards a card. I'm going to discard the Barren Moor because I want this Bloodbraid for next turn. Although it's pretty likely he'll have the Archmage's Charm next turn, but that's okay. I suppose I could discard the Bloodbraid and play the Barren Moor. Did I? No, I played the Mountain this turn. Cool. Could have played the Barren Moor this turn, discard the Bloodbraid Elf, had the Mountain in hand. Anyway, we went down this road. Sticking to it. So Liliana is putting on good pressure, and my opponent's Archmage Charm is still uncastable. They discarded the Snapcaster, so they're holding on to the Archmage's Charm. They think it's got some value in this game. Discard first. I guess you meant with Liliana because then they wouldn't know they were about to lose their Teferi, so they could have discarded a second Teferi. That's absolutely correct. They play a Stoneforge in this deck. That's totally fine for me. Yeah. Because I got a Bloodbraid Elf in my hand to play this turn, and I can make them sacrifice it. So we're going to play the Bloodbraid Elf first on my turn. There is a chance that it flips into something that kills the Stoneforge Mystic, so I don't need to use the Edict from Liliana. Choke. Yeah, that's alrighty. I'll cast the Choke. Yeah, seems fine. Hey, you there. Sack a creature. I didn't want to play the Bloodbraid Elf without cascading, because I'm greedy and I'm not okay with losing value on things. So I don't know what you want me to say. Okay, they have 4 cards in hand. They could have Mana Leak or something. We're just gonna Bloodbraid Elf and see what we get. So this is the Junding them out that is described. Get off my ass, McAfee. Thoughtseize, don't mind if I do. What do you got? Mana Leak, sure. It's targeting my Bloodbraid Elf? Is that what that means? No, I can't pay for that. Alright, Thoughtseize, go. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Okay, so I can plus my Liliana this turn too. They're currently on 2 mana per turn. And if they draw an island... Yeah. I think I take the path here, because it means I have a much faster path to killing them. On the flip side, I could take their Jace, let them path my Bloodbraid. I still have a Liliana tick up that I can use this turn, but I don't know that I will. I'm definitely not taking the Batterskull. It's between Jace and the path. Leave path, we can actually exploit the extra land. That's what I'm thinking. But the question is, do I want to tick up the Liliana to just make them discard the Batterskull? I don't think I do. I think this Tarmogoyf is more valuable to me. So next turn, depending on what I draw, and depending on what they play, we'll see if I attack first and play the Goyf after. Because now I can activate the Raging Ravine and attack with Bloodbraid Elf and Raging Ravine, but I don't... I think I just attack with the Bloodbraid Elf. See if they path it. If they don't, we play the Goyf, play the Mire, and make them discard. Super. I don't need that stop. That was from a previous game. Do you path me? If you do, I'm basically just going to kill you next turn. Plus I get to make you discard. So we have squeezed this poor blue-white control player horrifyingly. And junded them out most thoroughly. If I'd left those lightning bolts in my deck, I could definitely top deck one of those and kill them. Alright, we won. Sweet! So, junded out our first opponent in a nice, very fair, classic 2-1. I think the Goyf was a 6-7 there. Was it? It was a 6-7. So, chonky boy. Jund Clinic. I am not putting on a clinic. I have missequenced, like, I don't know, 1,000,000 times in a single game. It was gross. It was approximately 1,000,000 misplays. Okay, so this hand is amazingly unkeepable. I ship that boy. Clinic is overworked, but it's still got the results. I'll take it. But I won't take this hand. It just needs... If one of these was a fetch land, this hand would be great. I think I am keeping this. I think I'm shipping the Liliana, and I think we're just hoping that we draw a fetch land. Opponent mulls to 4, so they're on Dredge, right? Maybe Etron. It's a pretty good hand against Etron, especially if we draw Keep and Pray. Yeah, we did the Keep and Pray on the 6. It is some kind of Tron, that's for darn sure. They went to 4. Hopefully I can pick up a black source for this Inquisition. Black should be the most common color in the deck, with all of the Inquisitions and Fatal Pushes that it plays. If this is a Chalice, I'm reasonably happy. Yeah, that's fine. It is, in fact, Etron. Unless it's a sweet green Tron deck playing Chalice. A redundant Chalice on 1, please. So that I can Maelstrom Pulse get the 2-for. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Never punished it. Alright. Swamp is fine. Pick that bad boy up. So I don't want to Assassin's Trophy them right now, especially because a lot of their threats are very large, and Assassin's Trophy is one of my few ways to kill them. So I think we're just going to wait until their end of turn and K-Command the Chalice. Cool. Mindstone's great. So we'll get rid of the Chalice, and then target player discards a card, destroy target artifact, and then we will Inquisition them. We should be well on our way to winning this game. Could also Assassin's Trophy one of their Urza lands to get them further off mana. Okay, that Bloodbraid Elf means that that's what we're doing this turn. I mean, I'm at a weird fork here. Okay, so before I take this land, if I get the black, I can play Inquisition into Maelstrom Pulse on the Mind Stone or Assassin's Trophy on one of their Urza lands. And the next turn I have Wrenn and Six Emblem, but I don't have excess lands to pitch to it. So no, I think I'm on the Bloodbraid Elf plan. Yeah, Blood Crypt is... No, Swamp is fine here. Blood Crypt is another good option, but Swamp is fine here. I have the mana needed to play Kroxa. So because I don't have any way to get any more lands right now, I want to put Wrenn and Six on 8 before I minus it. So I'm playing the Bloodbraid this turn because of that. Oh, I get to play an Inquisition this turn anyway. Neat. Ballista, Reshaper, Dismember. So they can Ballista X1 right now, which is not scary. Dismember costs them 4 life, and they could play the Ballista X1. Dismember, I'm just taking the Ballista here. So they can Dismember my Bloodbraid next turn, or play that Mana Reshaper. If they draw a Mana Source, they can do both, but that's not a frightening series of plays, and then that buys me more time to get to the Wrenn and Six Emblem, plus be able to continue drawing lands out of my graveyard. So there's the Reshaper. I've got a Bolt for that if I need it. Raging Ravine is already here. So Mire. Go Shocking in a Tomb. pick up. Alright, before I choose what to do with that, I'm going to bolt this guy. I've got Maelstrom Pulse or Inquisition. So if they draw something, I get to see what it is. Eldrazi Temple, cool. So Eldrazi Temple, not a problem. I'm going to pick up my Bloodstained Mire. And then just hold up this wonderful bevy of removal spells. They get to draw an extra card with Mind Stone, but I can't imagine it's going to be anything too terrifying. Even Reality Smasher doesn't help them here. And then their deck plays very few basics in the form of wastes, so it is possible we could just Assassin's Trophy their lands out of this game. Although I think attacking with Raging Ravines, bolt on upkeep. Yeah, that's probably a better sequence. No, that means I couldn't have followed up with Inquisition if they... Yeah. Map is fine. So it does get them their last drawn piece, but if my plan is Assassin's Trophying them off all their lands, it's not going to matter. Which I can start doing now. So kill your tower. They usually play 2 wastes. Okay, and that is a great draw. Cool. So, play Bloodstained Mire, sack Bloodstained Mire. Get a... I've got 2 green sources, so get a tapped Stomping Grounds. Oh, I guess I should have held on to it, but I'm going to get my Wrenn and Six Emblem. Play Liliana of the Veil. Plus or discard my Inquisition. And then we are set up just like we want. So now I have infinite access to Assassin's Trophies, which is pretty great. Unless they play a Karn. See what they wish for. I think Tormod's Crypt would be bad. Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle doesn't matter, that's fine. They choose Raging Ravine. That's cute. Okay, so trophy your Karn. I can trophy their Needle whenever I want or Maelstrom Pulse it, but... Okay, so that should be their final wastes. Bolt in hand is good. Gives me something to discard to Liliana. Pick up Bloodstained Mire. Discard the bolt. I probably should just be killing them with damage. But I don't know. I like my plan of trophying them out of this game, plus Liliana's going to make them sack half their permanents next turn. So, not next turn, 2 turns from now. But okay. And then we'll start trophying their lands. That makes more sense. Backup Liliana is great. Just realized I was backseat driving. I apologize. I really do not mind at all, friend. I really appreciate your input. I appreciate the ways that you help me become a better player. This card was of mine. So really don't ever worry about that. That is totally fine. That is one of my favorite reasons to have you around, have you in the chat. All those things. Worrying about them flipping Matter Reshaper into Matter Reshaper was definitely a thing that could have happened that I did not in my wildest dreams imagine. That was not a play I was even like aware could happen. Like if you literally asked me the question like, can a Matter Reshaper flip into Matter Reshaper? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, of course it can. But it wasn't something that I realized could happen. Okay, Pillage seems good in this matchup. Other than that, I don't know what else I have in this sideboard. Ashiok's not particularly good. I think the only thing they search with is Expedition Map. Choke and Boil are obviously no good. Anger's not good. Brutality's not good. Huntmaster is I think this is pretty bad. I think Liliana can be mediocre. And then I think I want to cut down on some of my 1-mana spells. Bolt seems medium. I think that's it. Fatal Push can kill the Matter Reshapers and the Thoughtseize, but Lightning Bolt can't kill either of those things. Yeah, they just have map for searching. I think the Liliana is actually better. We'll just go down to 1 bolt. I think otherwise we're good to go. But also pulling off of the 1-mana spot is not bad against a Chalice deck. Okay, I think we should be okay now. Yeah, but like again, you're one of the people that I like hanging out with, talking to, having around while I'm streaming, because you think of the plays that like I just straight up don't think of. Like, you know, what are the odds they would flip a freaking Reality Shaper, Matter Reshaper with the first one. Okay, even though I can point out things like Bloodbraid into Choke, so sometimes I can figure out the lines. I think we keep this. I think there's enough green sources in this deck. We can get there, and it's a good mix of things. I have Kroxa to play on too, so Kroxa really ties the room together a lot of the time. He's great. Map. Yep. Blackcleave, not the best pickup here at all, but all right. Come on, little deck, don't do me like this. Chalice on 1 is fine against this hand. Not a big deal. Hey, look, my green source. We got there. So the question is, do I want to start hammering their hand now, or do I want the Tarmogoyf? The Tarmogoyf is currently an 0-1, although it's going to grow by multiples quickly. Maelstrom Pulse grows it by 2, and it's generally good to get into play. They're going to put a map in their graveyard. And then depending on, yeah. So if I attack their hand right now, it's not likely to get anything particularly. It's going to get the worst card of 4, which admittedly could be pretty good, but they can't have Tron next turn, or they can't have Tron in play next turn. I'm all on black-red. So getting just green would be fine here. Yeah, my life total could definitely eventually matter in this matchup. But a forest doesn't help me cast a Kroxa out of my graveyard. Got it. Okay, we figured it out. Goyf. Any of the removal that they would have brought in too will kill the Goyf. If I play it after or before. Because mostly they probably just have Dismembers. There's their Tron. Alright, so they are on Tron, possibly. Okay. So we get to go Blackcleave, Kroxa, hold up, push. Yeah, seems alright. Push that I can't cast into their Chalice, but still. In theory, I could push into their Chalice to make my Goyf bigger. Having Pulse in my hand is really nice when they're about to grab. Yeah, no, I know Spatial Contortion and Warping Whale are things to watch out for, but the Contortion could have killed it, the Warping Whale could have killed it. And the Contortion, I think, yeah, would have been able to get it, but it was just, I don't know, just a matter of getting the clock into play, I guess. I know those are things they can have, but like, I don't know. If they fire that off on turn 2 or 3 or whatever, on their turn 3, I'm pretty happy about that as well. I didn't actually say that out loud, but that's definitely, like, if they did that on that turn, I'd be okay with it. Okay, you've got all the mana you could ever want. What do you got? Karn is pretty great. Please do not liquid metal coating me, because if I don't draw on a tap land, I can't stop him. Wait, I can. My ghost is big enough. Bridge. Bridge is good. Bridge is fine. Bridge is great. Bridge doesn't even stop my Goy from attacking right now. Chalice 1-0. Nice. So I get to blow up the bridge and kill the Karn. Sick. I got two top lands, man. 2 top lands. Alright. Yep. So blow up the bridge. So black-green and black-white, some of my favorite color combinations in Magic because they get the effect Destroy Target Permanent. God, I love the effect Destroy Target Permanent. Oh, it's the best. And then you pair it up with blue and you can flash it back and do it again. Ah, it's the best. It's so good. Why is it so good? All right. We've got a pretty good clock going, so I think this turn we're likely to play Bloodbraid Elf and see if we can't start killing them even faster, depending on what they play. Smashy Boy? Because I can race that. Ballista X3. Okay. So I can play Bloodbraid Elf pre-combat. Might cascade into a 1-drop, but most likely I'm going to cascade into something better. Alternatively, I could just attack for 5. They're not likely to block, that's the thing. So I think we just play the Bloodbraid and hope to pick up something that kills the Ballista before Bloodbraid resolves. How lucky are we? Not that lucky. But I do get to Kroxa on the last card out of their hand, so that's pretty good. So, discards. There's this tower, sure. So, they're going to be able to crank their Ballista twice next turn and put it on 5. They're also going to be able to crank their blasting station or blast zone at end of turn, which will allow them to pop it next turn and kill my Goyf. So actually, they'll crank their Ballista once, and they can still kill my Bloodbraid Elf. However, what they're going to have to deal with eventually is my Kroxa coming out of the graveyard and smushing them. They're at 7 already, so he's going to be a lot of pressure. So Walking Ballista is pretty good, though. Do you like Esper or Sultai better? Sultai by a million miles. Billion miles. The best thing about white is, like, white-blue Planeswalkers and the card name Wrath of God. The card Wrath of God, yeah. But the card name Wrath of God, that is, like, A+. The fact that Magic has a card called Wrath of God is just one of my favorite things, and it will always be. Okay. So Liliana is a pretty okay draw. Can Edict them with that? I don't. And then I'm going to be able to play Wrenn and Six post-combat, and I don't have enough mana to cycle the Barren Moor and do all the things, but Oh, I will after I pick up the Verdant Catacombs. Cool. So I know what I'm up to here. So Liliana's going to eat a counter off the Ballista most likely after they block. So their Ballista's going to go... Going to do some serious work. I think we're leaving the Ugin in play. Although, okay, so if I use... Okay, so they kill the Liliana. Cool. They're going to sack the Spirit, draw the card. Then they're going to... If I attack Ugin with both of these, they block the Goyf and shoot the Bloodbraid Elf, so... Attack Ugin and escape Kroxa. Yeah, I guess that's something I could have done, but did they just shoot me? And then sack the Ballista, and they trade the Elf for the... I don't think that's why they should have done that, but okay. So these are both going to attack Ugin. Then I have to decide, do they want to save their Ugin or kill my Bloodbraid Elf? Or keep the 2/2 Spirit? I guess I could have attacked them and got the same result. But this takes the Ugin off the table and they don't die either way? Yeah, okay. Oh, this doesn't kill the Ugin this way. Right, I'm an idiot. Right. So by attacking them, it would have forced... Okay, cool. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry. I thought through it the other way eventually. Attack Ugin, escape Kroxa. I don't think that was possible. I didn't have enough cards in my graveyard. Maybe if the Bloodbraid Elf dies? Maybe? Not sure. Wrenn and Six vulnerable. What? I'm so confused. There's so many words coming out. Wrenn and Six vulnerable. How is Wrenn and Six vulnerable? Like, if they Reality Smasher, that's fine. Yes, they have to block Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah, if I attack... Okay. Oh, to the blast zone! Well, thank you for being specific. Yeah. No, obviously my fault. Played right into that. Now there's a Thoughtnauts here. It's going to take my Fatal Push that I can't cast, but that's fine. But we're really ending up in a bad spot pretty quickly. From my misplays. Spyglass. That could turn off cycling, so I am going to cycle my Barren Moor. It cannot turn off Kroxa's escape. But it does let them look at my hand. You said watch out for Blast Zone before you said Wrenn and Six vulnerable. That's true. I just didn't see that at all. So, oh! Well, that's not a bad card to draw. Alright, so I think we're in the Awakening Kroxa industry now. They still have... Hold on, words. They still have the Chalice on one, so the Bolt's actually not all that good. Okay, I think we're just passing here. So we can claw our way back into this game. By back into, I mean claw our way into finally squeaking our way out. They can Ugin to just kill my Kroxa, but that puts it in the graveyard where I can eventually kill them with it. So it's currently going to put them to 1, which is pretty great. If I draw a Wrenn and Six, I can ping them to death. What? No, I wasn't playing the Bolt at any point soon. I didn't need to. Okay, so Can attack with Kroxa, chump block with Spirit. Attacking with Bloodbraid makes no sense. I could Liliana first to get the last card of their hand, but Kroxa's going to do that for me anyway, so we're just attacking with Kroxa here. Well, I suppose if they have a non-land card in hand? No, okay, they had a land. So they're at 1. So do they chump this with enough things to kill it? They do not. So now I can post-combat play Liliana and then uptick her to have them discard that. And I'm going to keep... Oh, right. This was on Liliana. There's too many things happening in this game. And for some reason, I'm just being a dub. If they have an on-land. Yep, you were right in that way, but I have this Liliana. They have the... Okay. So this Thought Knot can take away my Bolt, but I want the Bolt in my graveyard, so I'm going to fire this off into their Chalice. And then it can't take my Swamp. So, but having the Bolt in exile is not as good as having the Bolt in my graveyard, so... Spyglass is on Lily. Yeah. I got there eventually. They Ugined my Kroxa. Okay, so I guess they're going to try to kill me before... Oh, they must have the non-land card in hand now? Okay. I was attacking my Liliana? Oh, that's fine. You can kill my Liliana. She's not doing anything. Goyf. Goyf's a great pickup. Ish. If my Bloodbraid Elf dies, I can escape Kroxa, so let's attack. And maybe we just win the game here. Although they can block with Spirit and get themselves another card, which could be a non-land card. And they know if it is or not. But that situation's really not getting any better. So I think we just take the gamble now. I have a 6/7 Goyf blocking now as well, so... And their Ugin, they down-ticked it. So... Alright, let's kill him. Do it, big guy. Do it. Do it. Exterminate. Huh, got him. Nice. So, took a kind of sloppy line. All kinds of slops everywhere, but getting the job done. Not punished, though. Yeah, I just wish I was a better player, but we'll get there. Okay, winning die rolls is always great. Okie dokie. Sand is really slow, but we'll be able to cast everything that we pick up and we're on the play. We're against RNG Specialist. I played against this person recently, but again, I don't remember what they're on, and even if I did, it's no indication that they're necessarily on the same. I think I'm going to keep this. There's lots of turn 2 draws that make this hand great. And we'll be able to play every spell we get. We have a Raging Ravine, so hopefully this is going to be good enough for us. Okay, I'm going to go Blackcleave because I want to have double black by next turn in case I draw Liliana, plus it's a fast land, so I can start coming into play tapped. Steam Vents tapped on 1. Snow-covered island. It's a lot of stuff this could be. Most likely Blue Moon. If I'm remembering correctly, this player played Blue Moon. Oh, well, I picked up the Liliana I was angling for. Let's see if she resolves. Get in there, gal. Remand. Yeah, okay, so this is Blue Moon. I think this is a pretty bad game 1 for us, if I had to guess. Although we beat Blue-White. Teferi is fine-ish. I guess I can just resolve my Liliana. This could be Possibility. Is it? No, not Possibility Storm. What the hell's the name of that card? The red X card. Thought Blood Moon was kind of bad in this meta. They don't play Blood Moon right now. I do not believe they play Blood Moon right now. So I can pulse this Teferi before they've drawn a card with it, which seems appealing. Resolving Liliana, also appealing. I think pulsing this while it's tapped down is probably the biggest upside. Play a fetch land. She'll give me a tap land. Stamping Grounds at this point is what I'm interested in. Well, I missed fetching. So Teferi's back A. I guess I could Raging Ravine and hit him for 4, which is pretty crappy. Does stop them from drawing a card with it, but I suppose the flip side is just playing Liliana and cycling my Peatland, which is not bad overall. Alright. I got plenty of fetches to discard. Yeah, Blood Moons are usually in their sideboard. Still good against Titan and stuff. More Teferi plussing. Wow. Are they on Breach and they've just like not played any pieces of their combo yet? Or are they actually on... What's it called? Indomitable Creativity, is that what it's called? Seasoned Pyromancer. Oh, this could be cat combo? Could be Sahili cat. Either way, the specific way this draw has lined up has not been the greatest for us. Since it's possible they're actually going to try to kill us. We've got black, red now. Cool. Gonna cycle this. Don't need this many lands. Wow. This is... Alright, let's see if we can find out anything that's going on over there. Jeskai stuff. They got a Path to Exile. Okay, there it is. So we're against Sahili cat. Got it. Yeah, this is a really crappy situation to be in against that deck. Play a Bloodbraid Elf that does not cascade this turn. Their hand is just Felidar Guardian. They can bounce my Bloodbraid and then attack my Liliana for 3. I think putting more pressure into play is like the only option. So sucks to be me, but I think it's the only realistic thing to do at this point. I would have gotten a redundant Liliana anyway, so the luck was not with me. I love this land. So angry. Chop, chop. So we started out last week with a 2-0 as well. They bounced my Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah, that was definitely a line I knew they could take. It's mostly just to draw the card and the fact that the haste and the cascade don't matter. Probably attacking my Lily. Yep. I suppose if I draw Assassin's Trophy, I will be able to... Mine's Creeping Tar Pit or Hissing Quagmire. Yeah, I think my favorite is probably Raging Ravine or Celestial Colonnade. But I mean, I do like some Captain Shambles. I really do enjoy shambling that. I think Hissing Quagmire is garbage. It's so bad. It's almost as bad as the black red one. Tar Pit's great though. Creeping Tar Pit is awesome. I've won many a game with Creeping Tar Pit. I don't hate Colonnade. Colonnade's sick. I don't think it's very good in Modern right now, but it's okay. You can play 1 or 2 maybe in the like Bant Snow Control bigger list. No, I've never hated Colonnade. Colonnade's awesome, dude. It's expensive, but there's a cat. Is there a Sahili? Nope. Flicker the Season Pyramid. So that's a sick play. Man, that deck has lines. Okay. So we're never ever getting through all their creatures. Got it. So I guess I play Goyf, Bloodbraid, tick on my Lily. Hope that is in any way relevant. it worth attacking? I don't think it is. I think making them try to use their Teferi on it is better. If they want to. Discard Fiery Islet. Alright, strap yourselves in. It's likely time to lose. Colonnade less than $10. That does not surprise me. That was a big reprint they did at UMA. Yeah, Raging Ravine used to be like 35. Creepy Tar Pit used to be like 20, no, 30. They're all real high. All right, what do you got? Give me the bat, Marge. Give me the bat. Plus the Teferi, sure. What do you got? Bolt. Sure. I mean, I didn't really think the Lily was doing that much harm, but all right. Okay, I can Inquisition plus attack with Raging Ravine, so that's what we're gonna do. It's not particularly effective to attack with my Bloodbraid Elf, so we'll see if that's gonna be a thing that happens. Is this a path? Maybe an Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sea. Hey, look, it's Omen of the Sea. Boy, am I glad they reprinted Lava Claw Reaches. No, the more important part was that they gave Lava Claw Reaches the box topper treatment, just like everything else. That was the value there. Okay, so which do they care more about against me? Probably their life total. So I don't know. We're just jamming at this point. I just quad block. Yeah, sure. Quad block my Raging Ravine. Do it. All right. Just jumping. Got it. Oh, right, because they can Teferi their Pyromancer, and then no, it doesn't matter. Cool. We died. All right. So we had a very slow hand against a slow deck that was able to punish the hell out of us for it. Okay, but they are a blue deck, so we have Boil and Choke. Should be pretty good here. Ashiok doesn't seem like it had any particular value. Nihil Spellbomb didn't seem like it had any particular value. Don't think there's anything else I need. Maybe Pillage is possible, but no. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. We just need to not have such crappy hands. And then Bolt seems pretty rough against them. Can be good against Teferi, but they were pretty careful with their Teferi all game. I think one Kolaghan's command can come out because I think it's not going to be the best against them. Yeah, I knew they could quadruple block with 2 cats and 2 tokens. Is Fatal Push the worst? So Fatal Push can actually kill the cat. Bolt cannot. But Fatal Push can kill the cat. Now, in theory, they'll always have a Teferi in play, I guess, but that's not actually true. They can't always have a Teferi in play, although that's obviously something they want to do, but I think the fact that Push can kill cat is good. I think we just need to have a much more aggressive hand than what we had there. I'm not sorry I kept it in the dark, but I did talk about the fact that that was going to be really rough in certain matchups, and that was one of them. Would I like to play first? Yes, please. Would I like to keep this hand? Yes, please. So we go Ravine. So we can't actually cast this Liliana Veil, but I do get to play Choke on 3 after Goyf on 2. Hopefully that's good enough. And we got lots of other things to draw into, so lots of lands in this deck. Inquisition's a pretty good pickup, so that means I'm probably not playing Choke next turn. Need black, doesn't necessarily need to be green or red here, but red is good for Kroxa depending on which other land I pick up. I don't think they're playing anything like Bolt. I think their removal is Path, which is smarter in Modern. Really hope I pick up another black source here. So, because I didn't pick up a black source, but because they don't know that I don't have a black source, I'm just going to fire off this Inquisition before combat and see what happens. If they have Remand or Mana Leak or such, Omen. Perfect. So I'm going to get to make them discard and smack them a good amount with Goyf. So Teferi, Saheeli, Rest in Peace, Path to Exile, Blood Moon. Well, crap. So I'm pretty sure I have to take this Blood Moon. Luckily, the Rest in Peace isn't doing anything against me right now. And whatever else they play next turn, I can choke them afterwards. So that's kind of great. Yeah, okay. So that's 100% what we're taking. Rest in Peace is going to make my Goyf small and sad, but that's okay. Blood Moon terrifies us by far in that hand. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I just wanted to fully evaluate the choices there, but like Blood Moon was pretty much always going to be the pick. Plus, I put a land in their graveyard, which meant I got to hit them for 3. It was great. 10 out of 10, would recommend again. Okay, so they do choose to ferry. Are they going to bounce my Goyf? They are. Cool. So, Force of Negation would be their best possible thing to have here, but I don't think they have that. Let's choke them out. So, on the next turn, they do have Path to Exile in their hand. So if I want to kill this Teferi, I think my best bet is to Kolaghan's Command and make them discard a card rather than trying to play through. Alternatively, I could Inquisition and then play the Goyf. But then if they draw a land, they're able to Rest in Peace and make the Goyf 0 power. So we're just going to do this. I just want the Teferi out of here. This does run the risk that they get to play the Rest in Peace next turn and turn my Goyf off, but I'll take that with everything else that's going on here. Omen of the Sea looks like a dope card. I can agree with that. It is quite the thing. I wish we weren't so horrifyingly clunked up on Liliana the Veils, but that's okay. I think I'm going to take the Rest in Peace. I think I'm going to let them have the Path. They don't know that our hand desperately wants a swamp. So we'll see if they just fire this off. It is a 5/6 Goyf. They could take one more draw step or even 2 before they do that, but I don't know how low they want to let their life total go. I've played Boil now only in Niv-Mizzet, where it would occasionally kill 2 of my own lands. That was a great draw. So I could have done that after combat, but that's okay. It's gonna be fine. Playing Boil and Niv Mizzet is different than playing it in this situation where it is 100% just kills their stuff. Gonna get a black source here. And that means I have black, black, red, red. So I can get mostly anything I want with this, but I think... Is my life total going to matter against that deck? Not so likely. I think I should just make a quick decision. Overgrown Tomb. Play Liliana, uptick, discard a Liliana. And then next turn we just start attacking with Raging Ravine and discarding Lilianas. We'll assuredly we will draw the third one. I don't need to boil at all. Unless they draw a third island, because then they could have a Mystic Sanctuary, but I don't need to cast the boil at all, I don't think. It's pretty redundant at this point. Okay, so they can go discard first. I'm going to discard this extra land. I don't need more than this, but the backup Liliana could be possibly something we need at some point. Opponent discards Teferi, sure. I also don't want them to know about Boil. So if I can go this whole game without them seeing it, then I will do so. So there's a Mystic Sanctuary, which I guess is the punish for not boiling earlier, although they tapped down for Blood Moon. That was a good play. Hey, look, the fourth Liliana, just like I said. The path they put on top... Oh, they didn't put the path on top. Got it. Interesting. All right. So definitely discarding a Liliana here. Huh, so they have access to 3 red mana. But none of it is snow. Interesting. Oh, so this gets them to Season Pyramid. That was a really good play. That was a really good play. Okay. Kroxa is a really good draw. So I only have 1 black right now, so it's not that good, but... So I think I want to get rid of half their stuff. I think that's the most important thing to do right now. So the question is, how do I separate this? So I don't... This is the number one thing I think I want them to sacrifice, because then... And if they sacrifice the Blood Moon... this will stop untapping. This is like no value. Split the creatures 50-50 for sure. So if they sack the Blood Moon, this, and this will not untap. These untap with the Blood Moon in play. So does that one. So if they sack the Blood Moon, those 2 will not untap. So if they keep the Blood Moon, all of these keep untapping. So I think I'm supposed to split these up. So these still don't untap right now. I think this is good. I think this puts them in the maximum squeeze. I think I can even do that. Oh, wait. Then they're going to sack the bottom pile and be stuck, or sack the top pile and be stuck. Omen doesn't really matter either way, so just make some even piles. All right, I think I've thought through these piles as well as I possibly can. My brain is not in a good place for solving this. All right, so they kept the Blood Moon, they say. All right, so let's play Kroxa. So I need to draw. Is it my other? Do I have one more swamp? Is that the deal? Let me check the deck list. I need to draw my swamp or my forest plus some kind of spell to play. Or Fatal Push, that halves the clock. So this should give me enough time to draw it. Another mountain. Do I just boil their lands now? Still don't think it's worth it. Can cycle that. Can Inquisition next turn. Don't think it's worth boiling them until I know what's in their hand. Fiend's fine. Fire off this Inquisition. Sick. Huh, they could have cast one of these things. Pyromancer is by far the best card here. Well, no, I take the Omen and then boil them. Yeah. So they can cast the Bolt, but they're never casting that Pyromancer, basically. Okay, so I need to draw out reasonably quickly. My Bloodbraids are now live. I boarded out one of my Kolaghan's commands. It'll be really good right now, Huntmaster of the Fells, but it's in my sideboard. No way. Wow. Yeah. I don't have a Wrath in my deck. Although they discarded their Bolt for that. So I'm going to go to 1 and just die? I think if I top deck Bloodbraid into something, I could get there. Yeah, that was very unfortunate. Well done, opponent. Alright, so lost to Cat Combo in a very strange game 2. I don't know if I misplayed that. I definitely had a really messed up draw with all 4 Lilianas. Yeah. Oof. Get some good magic, though. Alright. That's unkeepable. Much better. I think we throw back the Kolaghan's command. I think the rest of this hand is better than that. See what we end up against, but Aether Vial off basic planes. This is usually a good card against that kind of deck, so I have some level of excitement, although no fetch land is always upsetting. If this is a turn 2 Thalia, though, I'm going to be a little upset. But what are you going to do? Hopefully kill it on turn 3 is the answer. Okay, this is humans. Okay. Humans is fine. That is less fine. Is Lieutenant? Oh, don't be Kite Sail. Okay, so we should have kept the Kolaghan's command. Got it. Trophy looks weakest, I think. It was our only possible turn 2 play. Well, we had the opener, so I don't feel comfortable in Modern being like, yeah, I'll totally keep this hand that doesn't play anything until turn 3. Not in these kind of decks. I mean, maybe if I was playing blue, but... And, like, maybe I should be. Like, maybe that's a weakness of mine, but... They took the trophy. My Wrenn and Six can kill nothing. Well played, opponent. Let's top deck a Lightning Bolt. Or Fatal Push. That is neither. If I play the Wrenn and Six and tick it up, it goes to 4. Which, in theory, could be a distraction. But it's most likely... They're just going to play another human and kill it. But I think I'm doing that this turn. It's a pretty abysmal hand against humans, and it got so much worse so quickly. I have Anger on the sideboard. I don't know if that's that good here, but Huntmaster is definitely going to be okay. Brutality's not great. We'll see. Yeah, I just like Trophy in the dark a lot better. Like, I don't know, I guess I always think I'm going to be against Titan. It's just like, I never am until I hit that one league where I'm against it 2 or 3 times. Trophy sucks on turn 2. It does. It definitely does. I don't think any part of that hand that we had was going to be that good, though. So Wrenn and Six was a 4 health distraction. Liliana is going to be a destroy target noble hierarch and a 1 health distraction. And then maybe with this Bloodbraid we can crawl our way back in here. We were at 20, but this champion of the parish is going to get big quickly. Mantis Rider. Yep. Take 8. Well, 7. Kitesail's probably going to kill my Liliana. Yep. Alright, Bloodbraid. It's time for you to pick up this game, throw it on your back, take us home. Do it. I mean, sure. I guess this is going to get our trophy back, maybe? Doesn't seem great. Trophy can kill the champion of the parish next turn. I've got Trophy Goyf next turn, so that's okay. Also, Liliana means if they sack the Kitesail and they want to kill her, they have to divert a much larger hit from us. So it's a pretty decent Liliana. Man, they've been clumping like crazy this league, though. They do sack the Mantis Riders. They don't want to give me the chance to kill their champion of the parish. Kind of feels like this means I'm just supposed to hit him. So I'm going to do that. Because I don't think I'm chump blocking this turn. I don't think it's particularly likely that this... Squadron Lily, yeah. Got the Squadron Lilies going on. If I top deck a land, I can play Goyf Lily, which is not bad. Cavern of Souls. They're more than a little flooded, and none of it is Horizon lands, although this is going to be another champion, I assume. Maybe Kitesail? Kitesail's interesting. That's very conservative. I guess the Goyf is only a 2/3 though. So this is going to kill my Liliana, and then Goyf plus Bloodbraid can kill the champion next turn, so assuming they don't draw one of their 40 humans. It's been a neat game. Yeah, they're definitely killing the Lily. Like, there's no way they don't kill Liliana in the Veil here. Okay, I mean, I guess that's something I could draw. I think I am playing the Goyf this turn. This disincentivizes their champion from attacking if... Yeah, all 4 Lilianas have showed up this game. It's been something. Wrenn and Six would be a decent pickup here. I assume they did not draw a human, because they just would have slammed it and attacked with all. Ladies Man from Toronto. I'm doing alright, apparently. Phantasmal Image. I mean, they're going to get to see the fact that I drew the umpteenth Lily. So Squadron Booters beats Squadron Lily. Not surprising. Well, at least this match is going to be a little faster. Ah, I can put a land in my graveyard at instant speed and they spotted it. Neat. Which I'm going to do at the end of this turn regardless, but it's weird that I'm going to get killed by the Kitesails and not by the friggin' 6/6. If I can draw a Bolt or a Fatal Push, good golly. I mean, yeah, I'm shocking this and casting the Bloodbraid, and for the love of God, let's try to draw a removal spell that keeps me alive. Kolaghan's Commit. See, now that's what I'm talking about. I have no creatures to get back, they have no cards in hand, so I guess I'm just killing their Aether Vial. And then I'm going to go to 1 next turn, and I need to be able to kill yeah, I need to draw a 1 mana removal spell or bust, basically, but it almost doesn't matter because... No, so if I kill the one that Assassin's Trophy on, I have more outs. Cool. Goyf got big fast. I guess I could have attacked there. No, I couldn't. They still have a 6/6 on block. Zach, Ladies Man from Toronto, new Magic card. It would not be a good one. I'm supposing they didn't draw the things that kill me. I believe I supposed correctly. Oh, Wrenn and Six could get me out here. So actually, there's a pretty good number of outs in my deck. So 2 mana or 1 mana. Wow! That's so rude. Yeah, it does have the ability twice because it's a copy of a copy. Well, I did draw a fetch land, so let's go out with honor. 4 Lilianas against the triple Phantasmal Image draw. Yeah, that's something. All right, so Anger's coming in, Huntmaster's coming in, and let's bring in Collective Brutality. I think it feels like most of my deck is really good. Kroxa probably cut a 1 of. Are Goyfs good? Maybe Goyfs are bad here. Because everything else just kills them so well. Okay, Thoughtseize. Then Wrenn and Six is really good on the play. Maybe a Liliana is worse. Big ground monster is great. Kills them quickly. Maybe a Bloodbraid instead of a Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyfs come down early, get big quickly. Yeah, I think this is where I want to be. Yes, that is my activated ability. Ask for a reasonable removal spell, draw Lily. This is really bad. Yes. This is almost exactly as bad. An opponent got to keep 7. I mean... Like, I can't keep this, right? I'm going to get buried on 5, but... If I keep this, I bottom Liliana, or no, Bloodbraid or Huntmaster. No. I just can't, I can't draw a hand that has Fatal Push or Bolt in it. And then this one, the Wrenn and Six is uncastable. This one's the one I'm keeping, bottoming Bloodbraid and Kroxa. And then hoping I draw a red source at some point. Here's hoping they lead on Hierarch. Here's hoping they lead on Hierarch. That was so brutal. Alright. Well, at least we died quickly to humans. Gonna get to our last match. It'll be over. Champion. Sure. Should have led on Overgrown Tomb, I guess. Yes, yeah, I was getting there. Yep. I think the lack of fetch land was just throwing me. I was like, and then I would have been able to get the value there by pinging it. Hopefully they play something like a Thalia's Lieutenant or Thalia Guardian of Thraben here. So my missequencing ends up working out in our favor. Nope. It's always got to be the Kite Sail. I do have an out for it in Collective Brutality, but they're going to take the Collective Brutality, and then I'm stuck with this Wrenn and Six that doesn't rebuy anything. God bless it. No, we're still in this, sure, but it's like really, really medium. Like, my God. This league has been... This league is... The previous league and this league did the same thing. We would go 2-0 and then 0-2. And then we got to fight it out for the burrito. Which I guess is kind of okay, but... It's weird to be, like, flying so medium high and then immediately just getting punished so bad. Sure, but this also feels bad because I've been misplaying it. I don't know if I'm just tired or not used to sequencing Jund, but... I mean... Finally a Liliana I'm happy to see, I guess. Top deck city, baby. Alright, let's top deck a fetch land. That's all I want in the world. Thalia? Nope. Oh, Thalia's Lieutenant. Perfect. Man, that thing's really dead. So I kill that with Wrenn and Six. Plus Liliana and discard Brutality. Hold on to the Anger. I can't cast the Anger. Anger sucks immo. I don't think Anger is bad in this matchup much at all. Pretty good, but it's definitely uncastable right now, so... Okay, they're stuck on lands, which is like ruckusing them. Wow. Feed me. Alright, this turn, play this Verdant Catacombs, Brutality that. I guess I could have pitched the Catacombs and then rebought it and then did the whole thing that way, but we didn't, and we're here now. I want my second red source for Kroxa. Whatever unbeatable matchup, straight gas off the top. I mean, I lost the last game, friend, so... The humans deck can definitely... Yeah, like this thing right here. It's going to kill my Liliana. And then I have very little going on. I need to top deck a Bolt or a Push. Bloodbraid is okay. There's no reason to play anything else before I play the Bloodbraid. Hey, look! It's the replacement Liliana. The Lilianas are clumping again. My poor opponent killed the Liliana, and it immediately came back. I mean... I'll take it. Stamping Grounds. Nope. Kraken. Ah, I missed my Wrenn and Six uptick. I could get punished immediately for it. I got another Mantis Rider? Okay. Please don't kill my Wrenn and Six because I screwed up. Like, that would just be... really tilting. Yep. I mean, I get to wreck their hand here. Think I was supposed to use the Liliana first? Yeah. Oh, but they definitely don't have a card in hand. Land in hand, because they've been missing land drops nonstop, so. And then Kroxa is going to come into play, assuming that they... play their last card, yeah, so this is going to put them to 6 and be a 6/6 on board. I'm going to hold on to this trophy. Oops. Okay, Lily can't get back, Wrenn and Six can't get back, Lily can't get back. Although I want to leave one. So I'll take the Brutality, leave the Anger. No, I gotta take it. And then I gotta take the Push, because I got lots of instants left in my deck, plus the one in my hand. Cool. Kroxa! Zombie! Alright. Attack with Bloodbraid, because they're gonna block with this Mantis Rider eventually. I think we got this game, despite having to mull to 5 and making some early misplays. So I have lethal on board now. Whatever this is not going to save you. Yep. Plus they had to go to 5 for it. Not that it matters, but a Reflector Mage is in their hand. So Kroxa won't deal the 3. Bloodbraid a better play here? Yes. Because I don't have to ramp them. Oh, now Kroxa will trigger. Nice. Just jund them out, friends. Just jund them out. Just top deck fire and kill them. Just, it doesn't matter how badly you play, you can just top deck fire and kill them. Jund will be good to you if you are good to Jund. Live your life out in the woods. Poop in a bucket. Alright, is Wrenn and Six good on the draw? I think it's still worth keeping. I don't think I'm supposed to change my sideboarding. Bloodbraid Elf seemed pretty fire there, but going up on my curve seems crappy. Kept all my Goyfs. Pretty happy with the sideboarding. In theory, I could go up Thoughtseizes, but they're bad off the top. They're not great with the Bloodbraid Elf. I wish I had the missing chunk of the playset of pushes, but I guess this is supposed to be more than enough. Let's just hope that we draw a good hand with my 7. I believe my opponent was not pleased with the way that game went, but I had to deal with their game 1, so they're going to have to deal with that one. I Obviously, Trophy on 2 is not great, and Huntmaster is the only thing to do. No, we're going to mulligan that. This is also quite poor, but it's got a bunch of Goyfs to block, so like keep bottom the Goyf and hope to draw removal. I don't really want to go to 5. Okay, Highland Aether Vial, sure. Hey look, it's that removal thing I was talking about. It's right here. So hopefully they go nothing Thalia, I guess. I haven't seen a Thalia from them yet, which is odd. Yeah, champion. Thalia. Okay, nailed it. So I get to bolt their Thalia. That was a good pickup because that means we're getting places. So I don't want to play the Goyf on this board. I don't think leaving the Thalia in play is all that bad. I think we just kill this champion. Passing the turn makes it much more likely that they're able to play something where they get to blow us out with that. Right now, Kitesail Freebooter literally misses our hand, which is kind of neat. So hopefully something like that happens. Goyf is now a 2-3, which is big enough to beat Thalia, so as long as they don't Thalia's Lieutenant right now. I didn't want the third Goyf in that opening hand, Roy. It just seemed excessive. Like, okay, that's a touch unfortunate, but we haven't taken any damage yet. It's not a particularly fast hand, and they've missed their third land drop, so I'll take it. As far as hands go, this could be a lot worse. That's a decent pickup. If I get my second red source, I can play this, wipe most of a board that they have, and currently the Goyf will survive. So that is where we want to be. Crap. Please don't kite sail me at the end of turn. Okay, cool. What? Actually, that's fine, right? Because I can just jump block it no matter what. Unless they swing with only it. Because they get the hierarch bump. That's an odd choice. I don't know if I agree with that. They cycle the canopy. Bold. They got paid off. Oh, they have the hierarch too. Right. This actually does something other than just be exalted. Thalia's Lieutenant? Dismember. Wow. Yeah, nice pickup. Okay. Well, gonna get beat up here. Although my Goyf is now big enough to stop their Thalia. That would be an okay pickup if I could cast it. So I just need one more land for a whole bunch of reasons. And Shatter Shock or Shatter Shock would be really good. Get the Aether Vial and the Thalia down, or get that Goyf down. Please do not be a Mantis Rider. That's a Mantis Rider. Of course it is. 2 Mantis Riders. Goodness gracious. Well, this Anger of the Gods just got nutty. So, and I'm basically on ride or die. So, okay, that keeps me in this game. I don't have the double red, but that keeps me in this game. What red sources do we have in this deck? Oh, Blackcleaves will come in tapped. Uh-oh. Bloodstained Mire. Raging Ravine comes to play tapped. Foothills, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. But I'm going to have to fetch Shock next turn for it, so like it doesn't... Or I won't be able to fetch Shock this turn for it, so... This is fine. Don't attack with Thalia. Don't attack with Thalia. You can attack with the Goyf, just don't attack with Thalia. Cool. See ya. I just would like to draw a mountain or a fetch land for red. Please. Okay, so this is Bloodbraid. Has to be. But the Bloodbraid, I can't cast the spell. Okay, this means I'm just dead, I think. I think this means I'm just dead. Yeah. If I had one more life, I could survive this. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cast the Bloodbraid because I just want to see what it would hit. All right, we got one more match. Let's get that burrito. Alrighty, Silent Bob 0000. This might be the best hand we've had all night. No, it's not that good. But it does have turn 1 Blackcleave Cliffs, Thoughtseize, turn 2 Raging Ravine, and Inquisition or Lightning Bolt. So it's definitely a really good hand in the dark. So let's... Oh my god, is it burn? Oh my god, it's burn. Great. On the plus side, they kept a terrible hand. So take the Lava Spike. They have nothing to cast. So I get to take their Skullcrack this turn, assuming that they didn't like top deck a Goblin Guide, which they probably did. Okay, they did not. What did they draw? Another land. Sick. So take their Skullcrack. They have nothing to cast. So I need another black, and then we'll be able to grind them out fairly efficiently. Mesa, sure. Ooh. I knocked out another land that they have in hand. They shocked it. Okay. Get a black source, cast Liliana, plus Liliana, discard. think push is the worst card in this hand. I think the backup Liliana is okay for now. Regular burn doesn't play anything that doesn't die to lightning bolt. I kind of want the backup Liliana if they sink resources into killing this one. All right. Oh, they ripped a Boros Charm. No, Helix. Huh. Eh. One good draw deserves another. Okay, they're going to start losing lands here. Bolt? Sure. I have been bolted. Their hand has double skewer, which they're going to be able to fire off right now. Great! We're going to 5. And my deck doesn't have Skoos. Tremendous. Well, I've got this lightning bolt to deal with most creatures they could draw. Yeah, I'm firing off this Kroxa. Hopefully I top deck a land so I can play it, and hopefully they start top decking creatures at some point. I got a land sick. Another Kroxa. I guess. Do I want to bolt them or put my Liliana on ultimate? I don't think putting my Liliana on ultimate is all that good. And I don't think I want to trade my lightning bolt in against their deck. So I think we just play the Kroxa past the turn. Please draw a creature at some point. I would really appreciate it. Sunbaked Canyon is fine. Just draw a creature with it. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted to see. Well, Kroxa does finish this game in... So the turn I play him, they take 3. The next turn he kills them if he goes through. Another creature? Spike. Sure. Still alive. Just got to fade one more draw. So if they draw a creature, we get to be okay here. I guess I could make them sack half their stuff, but I don't. There's no way I can split it so they don't have white and red. I think it's worth doing because if they draw a cycle land, it limits the options that they have. Yeah. So that is the reason to do this. If they draw a Sunbaked Canyon or Fiery Islet this turn, and then sack it. If they draw a 2-mana burn spell, they cannot kill me. Eidolon? Eidolon keeps them alive for a turn. Searing Blaze? Kroxa, take the wheel. You got this, buddy. Yep, that does not do it. Okay, they had a tremendously poor opening draw. So Huntmaster is great here. Collective Brutality also great. And then there's nothing else that needs to come in. Maelstrom Pulse is largely useless. And then I think Wrenn and Six is probably not great, and I think we're good. I guess Thoughtseize is theoretically worse than Wrenn and Six, but it can gain you life. Is this better? This might be better. I definitely don't want anything else in the sideboard. I mean, Pillage is something that people, I'm sure, could like tell me is a thing to bring in, and I'm pretty sure they're wrong. Alright, just gotta get lucky. On the draw against Burn means we're up a card, which is great. If I have a Collective Brutality in my opener and they have a creature draw, could be good to go. They keep their 7, I will keep mine. If I need a turn 1 bolt, if I have it, I have it. If I need this Liliana, I have it. If I don't need it, I can pitch it to Brutality. Force of Despair. Play a creature. Do it. Do it. Is that tapped? Sick. Okay. I do need green mana. So, but I want black on 1. I can play Inquisition on 1, and then make my decision afterwards. Triple Eidolon. Yikes. I think we take out 1. Next turn I Collective. You think they have Eidolons in their hand, Roy? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, at least we have Bolt and Brutality and Kolaghan's Command, so I think we take an Eidolon this turn. I think next turn I go Brutality, kill the Eidolon, take out their Lightning Helix or their Skewer the Critics, and then we K-Com or Liliana the last one. Like, I think we have everything we need here. It looks scary, but with this hand, it's actually not. I could even actually, I can Verdant Catacombs for a tap land on my turn, tap black-green, and then just bolt this one. I can wait until their turn when they play the other Eidolon, but then they can just attack me. So I'm not going to worry about trying to game out an extra 2 life out of them. I'm just going to get this thing off the table. Yeah. No, the way our hand lines up is actually really good. Shoot. Fine. So I know their hand right now is Helix and Skewer. Okay. Playing Barren Moor this turn. I think we go Brutality all 3 modes on Eidolon. Discarding Liliana. No, discarding Wrenn and Six and Bolt. Because then next turn I can Kolaghan's Command the... No, I want to be able to kill this Spear with something definite like Liliana. Yeah, I'm not discarding Liliana. Alright, so... Is it worth going all 3 modes? I don't think so. I do want to keep this Wrenn and Six. I think we're going 2 modes. Their hand and kill. That player, that Eidolon. And we're discarding Kolaghan's command because I don't have any creatures right now. Do I need the bolt? Yeah, I want the bolt for the Swift Spear. Is that right? Do I care? I think I want it for the next creature, I guess. I think my life total is decent enough that I can do it this way. They can only play the Skewer the Critics after they hit me next turn, so... No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't go all 3 modes. Yeah, I beat Burn from time to time. I actually do. I find that my loss rate is not. Boros Charm, you say. Alright, so we're taking 6. And then we're going to get skewered. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, so 7. Go to 4. Gosh darn it. That is so close to killing us already. And looping fetch lands is not going to help. Just play Lily and down ticket, I guess? Yeah. Okay, so there's a Rift Bolt and Suspend. Hooray. Impending Doom, yay! Play Wrenn and Six, pick up a land, plus my Lily, discard the land, go to 1, die. Now even if they do draw a creature, I can't do anything about it. At instant speed at least. If it's the 4th Eidolon. Yep. Alright. Game 3 on the play. So, Volt is still here in my hand. Definitely should have gone triple escalate. Never don't triple escalate against Burn. Yeah, we're not done. We just need to win game 3. And that was like a decent game until the turn where they go top deck Boros Charm, skewer you, attack you for 3. That was just a grotesque life swing. All right, friendo. All right, the final game. This is a reasonable hand. I guess it means we're gonna die. So I'm gonna go Inquisition on 1. I can fetch a Mountain on 2 if I want to. For the bolt. Double black is the only thing I need doubles of, so except for double red for Kroxa eventually, but I'm not gonna worry about that from turn 1. Zero creature draw, but at least they did mull to 6. So Boros Charm is by far the most damage, so we'll take that one. So they've only got 10 damage in their hand so far. They're fetching on turn 1. Man, this player really fetches aggressively. God bless it. Why? Alright. Well, at least I top deck this Inquisition. And then we're gonna let the Goblin guy attack us again before I get this Mountain for the bolt. The only reason I wouldn't is if they played an Eidolon there. So let's see if I draw a card. I do. And then I get to play this Liliana this turn and start chonking away at their hand, which is not bad. So we're in a pretty good spot. Their hand is Skullcrack, Skewer, and one unknown. And we're at 17. So got lucky in a couple spots already. Definitely playing Stamping Ground next turn. Helix me, sure. So I want Stomping Ground because Stomping Ground when it gets me to Kroxa, I can discard this Overgrown Tomb. The only punish for that right now is if I draw Raging Ravine, but Raging Ravine is not spectacular right now. So, and then they lose Skullcracker Skewer here. I'm assuming Skewer. Yeah, cool. So they've got Skullcrack in hand. They'll probably just keep it unless they draw something really reasonable. Eidolon would be the best draw for us to see. They just crack me proactively. Okay. Every time. Like, every time. Alright. I spoke its name. Gonna discard the Stamping Grounds here. Holding on to Bolt is still pretty good, just in case they draw a creature. Got their last card out, and we're at 11, so they have to draw pretty fire to get us here. Rift Bolt, sure. Okay, so I guess I'm just discarding that. Not having Scavenging Ooze in the 75 feels real weird as far as what I understand Jund to be, but they finally draw a land, please. Please. I mean, Out of all the lands they were going to draw, yeah, they're not going to fire it off right away in case they draw a spell that they can't cast. Oh, why? I guess I don't need 2 bolts. And having a Liliana that can ultimate them off of potentially 2 lands will be good. No, it'll never get them off of 2 lands. It'll only ever get them off of 1. Boy, this is rough. Need to draw my Huntmaster or Bloodbraid or Tarmogoyf. Main phase bolt guide, they have skewer in hand. I was never going to take the hit from the guide. The only thing that could have happened was I could have... Did I have to fetch to play my bolt? That's why. No, I should have main phase fetched. Yeah, I could have main phase fetched and just left the mountain and then let the guide attack me. So I could have fetched on my turn, then passed the turn to them, and let them attack me with the guide, and then bolt it. They'd basically get to see it coming, but like... Helix or Boros Charm here. Just like a small punish for not edicting them, I guess. But... Okay. Huntmaster. Huntmaster. Alright. Well, bolt. No, I'm not going to bolt because I'm just going to discard it instead. I'm going to go down to 4 here, which feels really, really, really crappy. But we're going to go down to 4 here so that I can just Raging Ravine and attack them. Tick up the Lily. Hopefully they draw an Eidolon. Not a bolt. Hopefully they draw a Skewer the Critics at some point. Oh, they've already cast 3. Good gravy. Could you please draw another land? I think we get them to sack one of their lands here. This is good if they draw a 2-mana burn, and it's good if they draw a cycle land, which might put us through this. God, why? Alright, so good gravy. I held up bolts for so much of this game. Yeah. Alright, well... No salt opponent, just my own issues with always losing a burn. Played a good game. Well, apparently I got a prime sub out of it, so... Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know if they actually can sub, because my channel is not big enough, but we'll see. Anywho, Jund. Jund is, yeah. Modern's premier mid-range deck. It is super, super fair magic, and you gotta draw hot fire. We did that in some of our matches, didn't do it in some other ones where we died. Overall, it's a pretty good time. I'd never, ever played it before, and I don't know. It feels like it should be up my alley. But I really like blue decks. I like the blue decks that play like Jund. You know, my Urza mid-range decks kind of are like Jund, but with, you know, counter magic and stuff. I did play Mardu Pyromancer for a while. I feel like I like that deck more than this one, although I do love the card Wrenn and Six. We just never really got to do... I mean, in the first couple... one of the first games against Etron, we got to do the Wrenn and Six thing. That's awesome, but I tend to like the 4-color snow piles and things with blue more. Anywho, playing with Boyle in the sideboard and choking the sideboard were great, even though I did lose one of the matches where that was relevant. It was still very, very powerful, but I definitely made misplays around the Blood Moon against the Sealy Cat deck. So, Jund is Jund. Pretty great. Draw your Huntmaster against Burn. Draw your Collective Brutalities, and have yourself... Oh, hey, Black Rose Phoenix. Have yourself a great night. Have yourself a great week. Check this stuff out on YouTube or wherever you're at, and... stay healthy, folks. Self-quarantine if necessary. Practice your social distancing. Play Magic online.